on, guys, and welcome back to the You Don't Know Ball channel. Week 1 is almost in the books. We still have our Monday night game. We're recording this on Monday. You guys will hear us tomorrow, but what a day yesterday.
Dude, I was watching the games, and I don't think I've ever been more genuinely satisfied after watching the noon games and being like, we have so much more football left to go.
I was actually kind of tired. I was
100%.
like, damn, that kind of took a lot out of me. The first game.
I'm going to be honest. I was
more.
so tired yesterday. I was kind of just like mindlessly sitting there watching.
Dude, I was gassed up.
I checked my screen time. Guess what my screen time on Sleeper was?
On Sleeper itself?
for the day.
An hour and 42 minutes.
3 hours, 4 hours.
4
Was I
hours is
dead on?
insane to spend on one
You
app.
said 4?
No, I didn't say
No,
four.
I
Did I
said-
guess? I think I guessed it correctly.
No, yeah, because it was
Oh, damn.
it was like 152 or something.
I
like
swear,
an hour
I
and
swear to
52
God, I didn't
minutes.
hear him say that. I'm just a
Um,
good guesser.
Hyped to see
That's-
fantasy.
Bro, I'm not even kidding. I was just sitting there, just looking at my phone. And like nothing was changing. Almost all my players played at noon. And I was still just looking at my score. That's how hype I was for the NFL. All right.
I was just checking the scores and stats constantly. I was so excited yesterday. I was a straight cheeser.
I need to say something, and then we can go. When I woke up this morning for work, I just felt so like excited.
Alive.
It was just exciting.
know what it
like, I
was,
like,
too?
oh wow! And my team
That-
got a dub, so it was like,
go.
it was pretty cool. It was like I
Cheesers.
was just so like I was like, all right, we can go to work. It's
Do you know what it
Monday.
was also?
What?
100%. It was that fall breeze, little breeze.
Yes, bro. Yes.
It
Oh,
felt nice today.
It felt great. It felt
Definitely
great.
did.
I don't know.
I was excited.
I wake up so much in a better mood after my fantasy team wins. The way that fantasy affects my mood the day after is just insane.
I probably would have been a mess this morning too, but the Bears won, so it was like my fantasy teams, all of them sucked. But I was like, I got a small
Yeah.
victory.
You had something to go off
No,
of.
it's really worth acknowledging, like, because it is true. If your team doesn't win, obviously I'm still watching the slate and enjoying regardless.
It makes
But
or
there's
breaks.
a
No,
complete
you're salty. You're
difference
salty.
to how you watching the game. Like, there's so much of a difference.
Oh,
And it's so noticeable. That's why I'm like, if you have a noon slate, you have to pull it off. Because you're going to be blown the rest of the day and pissed off if
Dobbs.
they don't.
It
You're not going to
ruins your
enjoy this
whole
much.
day.
my team sucked and I still have a chance at winning tonight. But there was a point during the noon slate, like I said, all my guys were playing, and it was like Jalen Hurts was the only one with any points. He had 20 in the first half, but then it was like 5, 3, Kyle Pitts 3.9. Like everyone had like no points, and I was sweating for sure.
Kyle
Alright,
Pitts sold you so bad yesterday.
yeah. So we're gonna jump into whether or not these are overreactions from week 1. I'm gonna go first. So mine is two-sided, and it's the Titans and Giants game. So I have the Titans will miss the playoffs. Is that an overreaction? And the Giants are better than we think.
Titans missed the playoffs. Yes.
You don't think that's an overreaction?
No. And yeah, I say the Giants are better than everyone thought. Yeah.
I think you're overreacting the Titans, but I don't think you're overreacting about the Giants. I think the Giants are gonna be like this year's for sure, like surprise team. Like they're gonna not like anything crazy, but they're gonna definitely be feisty out there. I think they're gonna be that team this year.
Yeah, I'm with Dobbs. I think the Titans missing the playoffs is an overreaction, but I mean, I think we're all on the same page with the Giants.
Yeah, Saquon looked awesome. He's back.
Shout out to Giants above 500 for the first time in I don't know how long
It was-
exactly,
it was-
but it's been a long
No,
time. So
it was
shouts
the
to
first
Dable.
time that they've won in week 1 in 5 or 6 years.
And also that like subsequently means they're above 500 for the first
Yeah,
time.
right.
Like it's crazy like that. So
Right.
man, I guess they woke up in New York today. That Briskin there was
Yep,
definitely hit.
yep.
it was
Yeah,
different.
definitely hit a little different out there.
So the reason why I want to bring it up is just because I was watching the game, and the Titans kind of seemed like they were gonna take it, and then the Giants kind of clawed back. And I don't know, it was a weird game to me, and I don't really know what to make of it. Like I couldn't give you an answer on what these both mean. Like the Titans are fine; they still have a decent roster and everything, but I don't know. Losing the Giants at home in week 1 is not great.
Tough luck for sure.
I think the part of that game that surprised me the most was Kyle Phillips, their like 5th round rookie, led the team in targets. And I know that AJ Brown's gone and Julio's gone. Like Ryan Tannehill needs to get a rapport with his receivers right away, or this Titan season is going to fall off the rails.
Fair.
Yeah,
That's a great point.
very fair, Tyler.
This one makes me laugh. Makes me happy. Will the Packers miss the playoffs? Overreaction or not?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. It's not an overreaction because I hold the Vikings in such high regard, and I said it before on the podcast. I think other people said it too. I was so excited for Kevin O'Connell, and I think he's gonna be really good. So I think that's my reasoning. More on the Vikings.
I think the Packers are going to redeem themselves, and it sounds weird to say right now, but I can't bet against Aaron Rodgers. We already talked about this.
Fair.
Psychedelic Rodgers, man, he's going to figure it out.
Fair.
I think that's an overreaction.
Okay, whatever.
It's just short and
But
sweet.
this
He's
is
right
just-
with Psychedelic
This
Rodgers.
is just one I wanted to ask because, like, obviously everyone saw the Watson drop. I mean, that is so bad.
First play.
I mean,
Packers last year, week 1 though.
yeah.
I just got to remind you guys
But-
because I was prime witness.
But that's different though. Like you had Devontae there. Yeah, obviously they still got blown out, but you don't got Devontae to rely on anymore. And he was visibly frustrated on the sidelines yesterday. You could
Mhm.
see it. He was yelling. He was very upset. Very
just
upset.
after the Christian Watson drop, he like turned away from the rest of the field, and like he just had a look of disgust on his
Yeah,
face.
I don't know. I think
Can't
that
blame
could,
him on
that
that
could
one.
boil
Yeah.
over. Yeah,
Can't blame
I
him on
can't
that
blame
one.
him either. But then, like, yeah, Devontae had more receiving yards than the whole Packers core yesterday, which is kind of crazy to say. But like, I don't know. I don't know if. Yeah, I assume they'll figure it out a little bit, but that could be their downfall, and that's why I asked, will they miss the playoffs?
I think it's a
I
fair
don't
question
wanna-
after yesterday.
I don't want to go on a tangent, but Christian Watson had that big drop. Thinking about last year's rookie receivers early on, dropping balls, Jamar Chase. I think it's a different scenario, but
It's a whole different scenario.
do you think that Watson can at least learn to not drop the gimmies? Like he might drop a tough catch every once in a while, but is he going to learn to not drop the gimmies?
Oh, at this
I'm gonna
point-
sound like an asshole and reply to you, but that's just how it's gonna happen. You're an NFL receiver. That's your job.
yeah, I think
Catch the
there
ball.
is some leeway.
Catch
There
the ball.
definitely is some leeway, especially early on. I also just want to say, I was really excited about Christian Watson, and I know we talked about it before because you didn't think he was going to be all that. I don't think he's going to be like a great receiver or anything, but he's for sure going to be a little bit of a weapon. Take the end arounds, he's speedy and stuff like that. Like get him the ball in space type of dude where he's not like a killer or anything. Like he's going to get targeted 10 times a game, but I think he is like a nice little weapon.
Okay, and I agree with what you guys are saying. Like it was it was rough showing. That drop was atrocious. But Packers, like receivers, they're like we were talking about before, they were notorious, literally at this point, notorious for coming out of the gate just like sloppy. Like the expectations are they come out and then they figure it out. And it might not happen this season, but like, yeah, I think he still's got good upside. It's not, and the Packers are going to figure it out. The Packers are going to be everyone's overreaction this week. I've already heard a ton of it. I'm going to defend them. And if I look dumb doing it, I don't mind. It's Aaron Rodgers I'm defending. I'll gladly do it.
Well,
I'm telling you guys right now, you guys are counting them out with bias, and that's okay. But there's no way that they're going to turn it around.
looking at the box score, AJ Dillon was their leading receiver
That's
in catches
awful.
and yards. So
Hey, shout out AJ.
that's
Fantasy,
a little,
fantasy
that's a little
stuff.
something to
Aaron
talk about,
Jones
say
hype was
that.
a little much, maybe.
Maybe
He's very good. I'm not disputing that, but just like the factor of AJ Dillon being used more.
I don't know.
If I'm not incorrect, they spent a pretty solid amount of bread on Aaron Jones too. You
They
know,
did.
Like, he's not taking up a solid amount of cap space.
Yeah, it's just the goal line touches to me are very suspect. Like if they're going to AJ Dillon, it's like, but Dobbs, let's hear yours.
Oh, so I'm gonna go Patriots. Really bad season incoming. Oh, is that an overreaction?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No. That's the thing is this feels so
It feels
so
different.
very
It
weird
feels
to say,
different.
and especially because you guys know what I thought. I mean, look, and I'm not counting my either. That's the point. Is this could be an overreaction, but Mac Jones that game, watch the whole game. Terrible. Like this, I'm talking about dude's missing. Like this is the thing is obviously it's a Matt Patricia offense. What do we? It's not gonna be some, but you gotta hit the gimmies. And I'm telling you guys right now, when you go back watch this, dude, I mean, plenty of things that you got it. Plenty of these little shorts over the middles, slants. You got to hit that they drew up on the ski. It's wide open. You just got to put it there. He wasn't putting them there. Overthrowing in the red zone. It's just and it's stuff that you got to have. And there was just like he literally didn't hit like any of the stuff you got to have.
I have to ask you, Dobbs, what was he so good at last year?
That's like just
gimmies.
the short. That's the
gimmies.
and wait, that's
So
what
they
what's
can't
the,
do
and
that,
what's
man.
the step?
The
What's the
intermediate-
step we thought he was going to take? Where we were like, oh well, he's got the short stuff down. He's going to start. They're going to start taking shots this year.
Right.
Like we're going to see.
They got no one to take those shots.
But that's just a whole nother part
That's
of the
just
equation.
exactly. That's just
No, they
adds on
did.
to
They
it.
drafted him, and now he's on the IR. That's part of the issue
And then
too.
they
Like,
took Devontae Parker, and I was like, or they gave, or obviously they took him from the Dolphins, but it's like,
He's a good receiver, but he's not like
no.
Yeah.
Oh, and never
right?
forget when he shit talked Michael Thomas like he was on his level. I didn't forget that Devontae Parker.
I
just
didn't
wanted
even
to
know that.
I just wanted to remind. We took notes. Saints fans took notes that day. We definitely did. But anyways, we'll move on.
I'm gonna be honest though, talking about the Patriots, like if they're gonna win games, if your quarterback's not playing at somewhat of an elite level and you're playing really bad, the supporting cast needs to help you win those games. And they don't have anybody to help him. Like even if Mac Jones has a semi-decent game, like is he gonna win it by himself? No. And that's a fact of the matter. Like I don't trust the defense to win the game for him. They're not all that. They have no weapons. Mac Jones is not playing great. Like, what do the Patriots have going for them that you can solid say that they're going to win this game against the Giants, the Bengals, any team? Like, you match them up and you're like, where do we win the matchup?
Well, and this is the one thing I'm going to say, because I think it kind of gets like slept on a little bit. Why did they ever think signing Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith to big deals for tight ends would like change the offense? I'm sorry, this is not Gronk and Aaron Hernandez, bro.
Exactly.
You ain't gonna get those two ever again. So like, did you really think that was gonna work out? I don't know. That's just a mind-boggling thing that you're.
I
Gonna
was
go out
so
and sign
excited for Jonnu.
these two tight ends, and it's like they fell hard.
I was
Now
Yeah,
you're
I
stuck.
I can't even say anything about this because honestly, I remember when those signings happened. I know, especially it was like
I was gassed up.
Oh, dude, like Jonnu had a really good. He looked really good. Like he had so many flashes the year before. I'm like, there's no way. The
On the
Patriots.
Titans, Jonnu was
He was
awesome.
really
Well, and
good.
exactly. If he goes to the Patriots where they use their tight end so much, I was like, there's no way this isn't going to
Bro,
work out.
in my mind, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
no,
off.
that was the finale of the point. Like that, you I know you agree.
It's just in my mind, I'm sitting here watching Jonnu damn near be as fast as wide receivers, take tight end screens to the house, and I'm like, he's going to a system notorious for using tight ends. What could go wrong?
exactly.
Everything.
Apparently a lot.
Everything.
apparently a
Yeah,
lot.
exactly.
Right, yeah.
Exactly. Well, I guess what could go wrong too is when you can't stay on the field, which is also part of
That's
the
true.
problem.
That is
That's
true,
that's
yeah.
part of like that's the problem since day one.
I
Honestly,
don't know. Yeah, I think it's a long season.
All right.
Sorry, Patriots fans.
Overreaction or not? Is Philly the best team in the NFC?
Whoa.
Is Philly the best team in the NFC?
Let me
I'm gonna
do-
take a second to think about.
Let me do
this.
my double
I
check
mean,
here.
I had to look at all the teams in the
That's
NFC
what
for
I
a
have to do
second
right now.
because, like, I'm looking at all the teams that won, and it's Tampa, Minnesota, New Orleans, and those are the only NFC teams that won.
So you're
Hey.
overreacting.
The Bears.
Yes, the Bears.
Hater. Fucking hater.
Yeah, why didn't you mention that?
All right, it wasn't. I wasn't
That-
looking. I wasn't looking at my
That's
sheet. Right?
actually hysterical.
That's so disgusting.
That's actually
Absolutely
hysterical.
disgusting.
So, like,
This is a weird answer.
Are you
Go
going?
ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I disagree.
Okay.
you don't think that they're the best?
I
team?
do not believe they're the
Okay.
best team.
Who
This is a weird answer that I don't think it's like necessarily an overreaction, but I would say no, if that makes sense. Like, I think that if they continue to play well, like I don't know if that's not true. You know what I mean? It's a weird answer.
I mean, I have my answers. Like, look, that run game, if the line stays healthy, the
Good.
combination of the fact that they have 4 viable running threats, they actually do. They have a lot of depth at the running back. AJ, that's what I was saying. The most disappointing performance probably has got to be Devontae Smith of last week, and they
Goose
still
egg.
won the game. That's their number 2. Look, they have weapons. Goddard.
They kind of have
I
it
still
all.
don't. I still don't know the exact pronunciation of your
I don't
name,
think
my
anyone
man.
does.
I'm sorry, but you guys know he's raw. You guys know my man's over there playing tight end, and he's been a threat over there for years. Look, they have weapons. The Eagles, they're stacked. The defense looked. The defense had definitely. That's the thing is we're talking about the defense has things to improve. They're gonna be getting ripped apart this week in the film room. But you know what? That they have a high ceiling.
So wait.
So I can't even say it's an
What's-
overreaction.
So it's not an
I
overreaction.
can't say it is because
That's what
they
I
have so much that they can improve on, but they still look so good.
That was what I was trying to articulate. Like, I don't know how to say it. It's not an overreaction. I wouldn't agree with it right now, but like, it's not a stretch. I don't think.
It's in the middle.
Yeah.
Tyler,
I said I disagree.
I just want to hear what you have to say.
Oh,
He just wanted to hear it again. That's
I
all.
just like listening to your voice.
oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, any team that just lets up 35 to the Lions after making a bunch of moves on defense, Bradbury,
Yeah, that was not great.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, they had a lot of hype around them, and yeah, it wasn't the score. Obviously, doesn't tell the whole story, but still, you're letting up 35 to an offense led by Jared Goff. I don't know.
The Lions' weapons aren't anything insane.
Yeah,
Like, Amon
exactly.
Ra St. Brown might not be the best wide receiver one in the league. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, but
Not no
hey,
shade, no
hey,
shade.
hey,
Okay,
hey,
that's not what we're
hey,
trying to
hey,
do.
come on.
Hey.
I'm just being
Stop,
honest.
no,
stop.
well, yeah,
Stop.
you're right. You're
What's
right.
going on here?
Yo,
What's
what?
happening?
All
No.
right, okay.
Whoa.
No shots are trying to be
Amon
fired
Ra
here.
slander?
Whoa, I'm on Raw.
You're right, though.
slander.
I
You're
mean,
right.
he's not Keenan
yo.
Allen or Mike Evans. Like, he's not a guy like that. That's all I'm saying. But
That is
like,
true at the moment.
I agree. Like, letting up that many points to the Lions, not a great look.
And-
but
Swift was fucking them up.
Swift looks like
Okay,
a real
but also
Swift is a real weapon.
Swift is good, yes.
The Lions' O line.
Yeah, it's very good. Yes.
Also, that Jordan Davis stat.
but yeah, the Jordan, yeah. But like you made a lot of moves on defense. You can't have that happening. I know it's week 1. I know.
Can I ask this?
But
If the Eagles beat the Vikings next week, are they the best team in the NFC?
I think that's a good question because playing the Vikings that just beat the Packers,
It's a good-
Vikings
where's
are
the game?
extremely
Where's the game?
well.
Philly.
It is in Philly.
It's in the link.
If Philly
Yeah.
wins next week, they're number one to
Monday
me.
night game.
They're number one to me.
That's the game I'm most excited for next week.
And I wanted to say this about the Eagles team in general. When you look at every position on the offensive line, fantastic. Goddard might be a top 10 talent at tight end. AJ Brown, 151 yards the first week, like insane. Devonta Smith, super nice. Tons of running backs. And Jalen Hurts had the 3rd best passing grade this week, and everything was riding on Hurts. We were all saying, like, if the Eagles are doing it, it's on Hurts. And he's doing it. Like,
Yeah.
he's doing it.
And-
And that offense is a well-oiled machine.
I'm
Like,
a big Hurts guy.
I think they're.
Connor traded him to me,
I did.
and it's still the same question. It's all contingent on Hurts.
He did have a 55% completion percentage.
That's not great.
It's the line. I don't know,
But like, I think that the Eagles are just doing what
but
the
it
Ravens want to do, just better with a quarterback that
probably
you can
right.
run.
Yeah.
And
I would say Lamar's a better passer. Right now.
that's
Obvious-
not insane
obviously,
to say.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, not at all. But I gotta say, like Jalen Hurts, like his go route ball, like this, like he's putting him there on that deep. Like he's
The AJ
actually
Brown pass
he's
was really
putting
good.
him. He put a couple there that,
Yeah.
where you're like, all right, he's been working on that. Like that's why I'm definitely that's why I'm on the train right now. The Eagles were
If-
like, you
if
can
he-
see the improvement where
And my biggest
He's
thing
definitely
is
taking steps.
he's got to show me first, and then I'll crown him.
I just
Yeah.
thought of something too.
That crazy ass smirk.
I got something crazy
I
to
was gonna
say.
say-
how crazy
It
is that?
has to be wild.
If Philly plays like this the whole season, and they lock up the number 1 seed, is Jalen Hurts the MVP?
Maybe.
If
I
he's
mean,
the-
like,
if he continues with the rushing stats, because it's gonna be like Lamar.
in a world,
If in a perfect world for Eagles fans,
in a perfect
like-
world, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes would have to retire today. In a perfect world,
no, because the MVP
'cause you
does
still
have much
gotta-
more to do with your team's position. I
It
feel
does.
like.
No,
It
it
does.
does.
It does, yeah.
It's the narrative. It's the
That's-
narrative.
It's a narrative.
but he's also got to have
I
the
think
numbers. to
so
back
many
it up.
things would have to go right, but he's gonna have the numbers with the rushing touchdowns.
That's
Oh,
what I'm
yeah, like
saying.
with the
He-
rushing,
no,
yes.
that's
if
like
they
he-
are that good, there's no doubt in my mind that he's gonna have insane rushing stats.
Yes.
No, he already like that's the thing is that I completely get your point where it's like it's a narrative. He's gonna have a hell of a season.
Can we-
though,
can we-
because we
He's
know
gonna
what
have to
does.
go
Mahomes, we
crazy.
know what Mahomes is about to do.
Can we
this whole
change it
season.
to this?
We know what Herbo's about to do this whole season. It's gonna
Yeah,
get
Josh
crazy.
Allen
Like,
We
looked
know what
like-
Josh Allen's
yeah, we know what
gonna
Josh.
do.
The race is gonna get crazy.
They got to
Um,
retire today.
Can we change it to this?
We know what Kyler isn't gonna do.
Jalen Hurts is the
That's
best dark horse candidate for MVP.
Yeah.
Long odd
Very
quarterback.
dark horse. Yes.
I think
Very-
that's a good way to phrase it. Yeah.
I think that's a bet I would place after this
Yeah. I
week,
think-
just because the odds are probably pretty crazy.
If you had it
Like,
before the season right now, you're definitely feeling
if you're
solid.
a Jalen Hurts MVP better preseason, you are a happy man.
Yeah,
There's
shout
no
out to
one.
them.
No one outside of Philly is making that bet. No
Yeah,
one.
Probably not. Maybe
It was-
you. I would expect you to.
Hey man, he's my background right now. I have to do it to gas up my QB1.
That's
all
fair.
right.
It's actually hysterical.
All right, we're gonna move on to the rest of the games now. First game on the board for us. Bears and the 49ers in a monsoon.
Wait,
my
how did you get
Lord.
that to be the? Oh, okay, never mind. Keep going.
Maybe it's because they're my favorite.
Oh, I
Oh,
don't have.
They're not your favorite on ESPN.
Bro, come on now. I don't use the computer like that. Yes, I have them on my phone as my
Fake
favorite.
fan alert.
Oh, you
Oh.
you are
Tyler,
the
the
opposite.
floor is yours.
Oh baby. Oh, this one was awesome. This was awesome. It made my Sunday. It made my Monday. It's probably gonna make my day until next Sunday night. It was fantastic. I don't know. Yeah, it sucked playing in the rain. That's why I'm like, I don't want to be too picky on Trey Lance because the ball was obviously soaking wet. And same with Fields. I'm not gonna like go out here and say he played fantastic. He made some great plays. The Pettis one, that was him with his feet. Yeah, he was wide open, but he made it with his feet getting outside the pocket. I don't know. And this team, they are playing for Matt Eberflus, and that is something that we haven't said in a while. You can't tell me you watched the Bears in the recent years outside of 2018 that they played for their coach.
It feels really good to know that the entire team's bought in.
Like everyone, like the hits analogy that they're using, or whatever you want to call it, acronym. Sorry, but it looks like everyone's following to that. Like it looks like they're playing as a unit. They're having fun. Obviously, I love it. I saw a clip of Jalen Johnson hitting Ray McCloud out of bounds, just like it gave him like a shoulder bump, and Matt Eberflus ran down the sideline and was like making the motion to wrap up. Like he was making
Damn.
like just like, hey, go wrap him up. And that's just like a little thing. But I was like, damn, like Eberflus, like like I don't know. I feel like he's a very good coach, and that's just like something that you wouldn't expect. Like
That's disciplined football.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Like,
he's ingraining
even-
that into their brain. Like play smart, play hard, play fast.
Yeah.
You play smart, play hard, play fast. Eliminate the penalties. You're gonna win. You're gonna be in some games this year. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And I think this team's gonna be in some games. They're gonna be.
Actually, I like that you
Gritty.
kept it realistic. 'Cause you said you said
I thought you were gonna come in.
I thought you were okay.
Way
That was
more
that
hot.
was good and realistic. I like it. That was staying grounded. I like that.
Golf clap.
You didn't like that was that was well said. You
I
didn't-
should have came in more hot.
Oh, I
I
thought
might
you
still
were.
be. Well,
I
no,
thought you
I'm
were.
coming
No.
hot. I'm coming. Hey man, the Bears made
no,
my
that was
life.
good. That was grounded. That was
Um,
grounded and accurate.
So for me, I really wasn't even surprised by the Bears' performance because
Hater.
I wasn't surprised by the
Yeah, whoa.
performance.
Wait,
they
Hey,
were-
hey,
Anti-hater.
don't throw
My
don't
bad,
throw
my
the
bad.
energy around just yet. Don't.
They were
You have the
hating
floor.
on with their picks last week.
Right,
I have
yep.
to say, yeah.
Thank
so
you.
Don't.
I just said I wasn't surprised by the fact they beat the 49ers.
That's my bad. That's my bad.
Because from the jump, I knew Eberflus was going to be a good coach. As the Colts defensive coordinator, he was one of the least penalized teams. I think that says a lot about Eberflus as a coach. And I've been saying kind of like the Lions vibe last year. They didn't win a lot of games, and I'm happy we got this dub. But I know that they're going to be competitive in every game. They're going to give teams fits here and there. They're not. I don't think they're going to. I still don't think they're going to win a ton of games. I'm still like 5, 6, maybe 7 now. But you know they're going to be competitive. I think they're going to be fun to watch. Justin Fields did not play that great. He did have his moments, like you were saying. But I think the most important thing was he looked composed. And I was upset at Luke Getsy at times. Me and Hunter were watching the game, and we were like running the ball. It was like 3rd and 9. I understand the conditions and everything, but it's like, if you're going to try to win, like clearly running the ball on 3rd and 9, it happened several times too. But I think the key was he was setting up the play action. We saw that on the St. Brown touchdown. The 49ers were biting hard on the play action. And I think that was because of the weather too. They were expecting more run plays. But I think Getsy set that up, which was very encouraging to see because with Nagy, there was literally no rhythm to the offense. And you could tell there was a little bit more of that in this game too.
In the second half, obviously.
Yeah.
A lot more
Yeah.
than the first half. First half jitters.
I think my takeaways from this game, obviously awesome, great win. Loved how the team was playing, but my biggest concern, and this one I think is going to be a huge Achilles heel in the Bears. I didn't see a receiver win a route like at all. I saw Byron Pringle maybe have one good release the whole game, and like after that, like how is Justin gonna like make plays if the receivers can't make plays? And I think that like that caps Justin's growth so much.
Don't even get me and Tyler started on this.
And it's
Yeah.
like the 2 touchdowns we had, Ecumenius, like broken play, nobody was guarding him when he went up the seam there. And then the Dante Pettis entire broken
yeah,
play
that was
too.
lucky.
Both our touchdowns were on broken plays. Like
Wait.
And Pringle was wide open on that play too. I
Pringle-
got He
Wait.
literally was like playing Madden where you're like,
I don't
oh,
think
I
the
just have to
St.
press the button.
The St. Brown one
Dude.
was that scheme.
Okay,
That's
you
the play call.
can say that, but the
I saw-
linebacker,
I
whoever
saw-
was on
yeah,
him,
yeah,
just
but-
completely
It's a
disregarded.
but
broken
I
coverage
saw-
either way, though.
I
like,
saw
yeah.
I saw routes going coming from the right to the left, like going up, and then he was coming up the other way. Maybe I could have saw it wrong.
I
but
think
I
it
thought
was.
it was a
to your
cool
point,
play
the same
call.
with the
I
Dante
think-
Pettis
no,
one.
that's
It's
what I
the
was
same
saying.
concept, though.
It's the same thing. It's like I even though like you can scheme people open and all that, but like
scheme
when
him
it,
open.
when it comes down to it, it's 3rd and 9, and you're playing a good team. Somebody's got to get
Gotta make a
open.
play, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Somebody's
You're
got to get
absolutely
open,
right.
and I don't think
Mhm.
any of our receivers are going to get
Absolutely.
open.
No,
And I'm
Absolutely.
extremely worried about it.
That's dude. No, look. Here's literally my points for this game. I said number one, all around sloppy. I'm gonna be. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna keep. I'm gonna be
Both
honest.
sides of the
It's-
ball.
It was literally sloppy. The field was slop. That's why I can't. How much can you take away from it?
That's a good point.
That's a big. That's
Very good
that's.
point.
It's a sloppy. It's one of those days. You could have thrown any team out there. I think they would have looked very sloppy. It's part of the problem with evaluating yesterday. So, but here's my thing: for two young quarterbacks, they both left so much out there, and they left so many little throws, so many big throws. If in a perfect world yesterday, they both could have had 250 plus, like on the ground combined with, you know what I mean? Like I'm talking about, but you combine both, and they could have a much better day than they did. And look, I'm sorry, I lost my place for a sec. But that thing is too, Justin's abilities with his legs, bro. Like, I'm gonna like, nobody talks
Get
about
him
it.
in space.
This dude, no, like, see, like, there needs to be a lot more designed for him just to get, like, I think the
Jalen
play
Hurts
calling
type
is
stuff.
too centric on just a drop back for the fact that, like, to your point, the receivers are just. I'm not gonna say anything offensive. They're just not good right now. As a unit, they're not good.
You can say whatever you want about them
individually,
because they're not.
Look, individually, they might have a little bit of talent here and there. They're not a good unit at all, and that's the point. They're obviously not. Everything they got open was the byproduct of a broken coverage, basically, or just doing something crazy with his legs. Get him out of the pocket. He is really, I mean, and like we said, there's tiers to it. You're like, how good is Jalen Hurts on his legs? How about this? Justin Fields is already better than Jalen Hurts on his legs. The Bears just don't give him enough opportunities. The O-line isn't that on that level yet. But mark my words, 100%. His ability on his legs is still way too underrated. That's the main thing.
I
now.
got two quick things to say, Niners related, and that's it. And then we can move on. But this was like, it was weird to see a Kyle Shanahan led team have so many penalties.
Yeah, that was fucked
This
up.
goes back to the
That goes just
This
back
just goes back to our
coaching.
Shanny point. What we've been saying all
They
season
had
long.
12 penalties for 99 yards.
That's what I
And-
think changed the game
And
a
the
lot
Bears
too.
the Bears had 5 first downs from penalties. Yeah,
That's
I
huge.
mean, yeah, I said we didn't play great. We didn't play up to standard or anything. Obviously, the conditions and all that.
And that's why
But if you're gonna help us win these games, all right, we're gonna take it 9 times out of 10. You're giving it away.
no, and I think
You
that's
are
why
yeah.
that's why Flus is such a good coach because he puts his team in a position like that where they're disciplined and they're not going to really make that many mistakes. So it puts the pressure onto the other team, and we saw it yesterday.
And then my last point, this is gonna pull some strings for
Oh,
you.
I know
Dylan.
it. I know it.
But I'm just saying the Niners were up 10-0, right? Ended up losing, only having 10 points, right? Yes, the weather was shitty. But here's the person, I think all of us, if we're NFL quarterbacks, don't you have to have a sense that Jimmy Garoppolo is breathing down your neck a little bit? Because guess what? If you're not producing, they got this guy right here who's been to a Super Bowl. Shanahan's 8-29 without Jimmy. And so it's like, yeah, you want to stick to your guns and your plan, but this roster is awesome. This roster is flat out awesome. And if the quarterback's holding you back from doing anything that you want to achieve, then what do? You got to pull the trigger. I feel like
What an odd situation to
So-
put themselves into. Seriously,
Yeah, they did.
what an odd-
They
what
did
a
it to
just
themselves.
odd
My only
situation.
refute to that is the fact that the Bears only rushed like 4 like almost the entire game, and they had like a pressure rate of like 50% or greater than that. Like the offensive line is really not good. So I don't even know what Jimmy G would have done with that either.
Yeah.
But I will say this is going to sound weird too. I'm excited for both quarterbacks. They both didn't play that well, but I think that you can see the potential there with their legs too, like the athleticism. Lance, it was like a quarterback power on 3rd and 13 or draw, whatever you want to call it, and he got the first down. Justin made a play on 3rd down to get the first down as well on his legs too. So I am very excited for both quarterbacks. I want to see them in a game where it's not a monsoon out.
agreed.
100%.
All right, we're gonna go on to our next game. Dobbs, Saints and the Falcons. And let me tell you, the Saints were this close to doing what Connor said last week on the pod.
Yeah, no, but they did exactly what I said.
Yeah,
It worked out.
he's right. He's right.
I told you.
He's right.
I told you exactly what's going to happen. It never fails. But it's good. We got it out of the way and we won. It could have been a loss. We won. Hey, look, my main takeaways. Look, Mike is back. I told everybody. I told you guys. He never left. He actually even fucking showed up to the second half and he still had 2 touchdowns, 56, 58 yards. Mike's back. Ball down to AJ Terrell, both the reps in there. It's just stop. Like you still can't guard Mike. He tried to tell you guys. And I tried to tell you guys, but it's cool. Anyways, Mike's back. Look, thank you to Cleveland and the rest of the league for Jarvis. I don't know what was going on with him getting paid minimum money. And cool, it's awesome. He's down in New Orleans and he's balling and he looks fresh. Dude, Jarvis was playing great. I'm ecstatic to have Jarvis. Atlanta D-line though, definitely much improved this year. When they bring that man blitz, they were abusing us with that man blitz, and then they got away from it in the second half. I don't know what went wrong. It was really weird. They were abusing us with it, and then they started getting really soft. They started playing not to lose, which we know is literally the worst recipe ever.
There you go.
And it's exactly what happened. They went to soft zones, cover 3s, cover 4s, cover 2, and super soft, where you're leaving a bunch of and it was just we attacked it. We have good. That was the whole point. They were trying to give us not time for our weapons to get open, and then they started doing that. But Arnold Ebiketie sacking his first game. You know my boy coming out of Penn State. Look, man, Falcons fans. You got the Saints should have won that game by a lot more. Like I said, if I'm a Falcons fan, of course you're discouraged. It's a terrible way to go out. But there's a lot of good. There's like definitely some good takeaways from the game. The O-line is much improved. Let me say, like more than anything, you guys like the old Falcons O-line. I was absolutely surprised. Like I thought we were gonna be getting pressure constantly. No, not at all. Like they were playing pretty, dare I say, stout on us. Like we were getting like no pressure on them all game long. I don't believe we had a sack. There's good takeaways. They just choked, and it was I get it. But look, Falcons fans, Marcus Mariota is the quarterback. You didn't expect to be a playoff team this year. There's good takeaways for them.
Yeah.
Saints need to play way better too. Bottom line.
I was gonna say I want to speak for all Falcons fans here. I don't think you can be disappointed with actually fighting with a good team. Like they fought with a really good Saints team, and they were winning for a lot of the game.
They should have won the game. It's
Exactly.
Like, I'll admit it. There's no problem admitting it. The Saints, they stole one, and that's fine. That happens. That's what good teams do, though. That's the point. The Saints needed to do that. Good teams do come in and do that. It's refreshing to see that we did.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times last year, the Saints were on the opposite end of that. They would get close to the comeback. We know the Giants game, there was so many last year, and then they couldn't pull it off. Good to see that we actually have the moxie to pull it off this year. I'm refreshed. I'm ecstatic as a Saints fan. Offense didn't even turn up until the fourth quarter, and they went for like 250 passing yards. I don't even think he had like 200 in the fourth. I think it was kind of like, we had to get in the rhythm of Sean Payton not calling the plays for the first time really in a real game. But we got it going. Carmichael, shout out to you, man. Let our playmakers keep making plays. It was a good game though. No matter what, it was definitely a great game on the slate.
I caught some of it. Yeah, obvious statement coming. Mike Thomas is obviously him. I don't know.
Target him more next. Can we please target him more next week?
And then because they're my high stake, I give Olave the ball more. I don't care if he was open or not. Still,
did you see how elite his route running was already?
Awesome.
No, I said, you guys see what I said? Like you guys saw that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's running right. He's already running like Keenan Allen out there. I'm like just ecstatic about that.
And for the Falcons, I don't know what to say for you guys. I don't know.
Wow, more negative tone. Than me. Wow. Okay. Wow. Just like turn the tone on
man. It just feels like such a depressing fan base, man.
Damn.
Right? But like, come on.
I'm trying to uplift. No, it's honestly.
I know what you're.
They're just in a rough situation.
Yeah,
There's no.
I know.
It was gonna.
It's like I'm not saying like it's just like another.
This
one
almost
of those,
has to happen.
Another one of those games where you almost had it.
But then they almost have to suck this year for the plan to keep going to fruition.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So it's almost like in a good way.
You still want to win a game at the end of the day.
This was a tough one. I'm just trying to spin it, Falcons fans. I'm trying to, you know what I mean? I'm trying to give Falcons fans something to smile about. It's not all bad.
If you tank, you get Stroud or Bryce Young, and then your offense is awesome.
That's at the end of the day, what do we think? What do we know the Falcons have got to be going for? I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's your end goal.
So I've been sitting here this entire time deciding whether or not I should address this.
Address it.
I'm going to say fuck it, and I need to. Arthur Smith, get Kyle Pitts the football. And I don't know. It's just the fact that there were some plays in the red zone, he wasn't even on the fucking field. To me, that's absurd and ridiculous.
That should be.
They don't realize he's their number one receiver.
And I won't stand
they
for
don't.
It. He did. He was tied for the team lead in targets. So I don't know really how much I could say. Figure out how to get him in space, or I don't even know, scheme him open more, because that was absurd.
It should be a criminal offense if Kyle Pitts is not in on the red zone.
Yeah.
If he goes for under 50 yards, that should actually probably be a
That's all
felony.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say.
If you have Kyle Pitts on your roster and you go for like 150, dude,
Yeah.
that might be a felony. Like,
So other than that, though, I mean, you guys touched on it, but the Falcons, you hate to say there's any moral victories, but I think
Yeah, I'm sorry.
no, yeah, go ahead. I mean, I think there was a moral victory there.
you have to look at it like that. If you're, I mean,
I don't
Falcons
know.
fans, I don't think expected to be in that position at the start of Sunday.
I
They
don't
also didn't
know.
expect to be in the same
Right.
position that they ended in. That's why it's a tough situation after the way it started. But it's just you got to take it with the it's the beginning of the season.
I
We
can't-
don't expect great things.
I can't finish this little
No.
part of it without just giving a shout out to CPAT Cordero,
Yeah.
man. Keep doing you, bro.
Still
I
kicking it.
respect you. Had a good
It's a
time in
fact.
Chicago. You always have a fan. I don't know. He's a hard worker.
He's a workhorse. No, he is.
He's a goofy guy.
No bias
Yeah.
here either.
And he had. Well, I said like I liked him in Minnesota.
no bias here though.
No,
I
no,
literally
I
have
was
no
talking about
bias here.
fantasy bias.
Oh, I didn't even start him, but like it's
I know
cool.
you're happy.
It's cool to see that he's like still doing it. Like it's all like shout
yeah,
out to
no,
CPAT.
yeah. He's a baller for sure.
Yeah.
People were sleeping on him hard this
Just a
offseason.
he's just
I
a
guess it was the
football player.
reports. The reports coming out of camp were like, we're not really going to use him as much more, blah, blah.
Well, you lied.
Do you know what's funny about those reports? And it's ridiculous, and then we'll move on. Is
They're
that
capped.
they are always capped. It's like when you come down to it, you're in the fucking game. You have a chance to beat the Saints. I don't really care about what we said in the offseason. CPAT, you're getting the ball. You're going to lead us to victory.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. When it comes down to it and you're in the fucking middle of a game,
Give your best players the ball
yeah,
in space.
and it's bullshit always. 9 times out of 10.
Mhm.
Well, and also,
would.
I just think about it. It's like, why would a competent coach give away the game plan too? It's like it just doesn't even make any
Yeah,
sense. Like,
true.
so I always take it with a grain
Right.
of salt.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next game, and then we have to be a little bit quicker with these ones. But Dobbs, we should just sit back for this one. Let Connor and Tyler hash it out.
I'm ready. I need a sip of water anyway.
Steelers, Bengals,
Jesus Christ.
23
Oh
to
no!
20.
This is like a one-on-one battle.
overtime victory.
This is heavyweight battle.
Let me have the floor first.
Cry all you want.
Congratulating you. All
Oh,
right,
thank
you won.
Yeah.
All right,
I picked them. You're damn right I did.
but if you throw 4 interceptions and a fumble and you're still in the game, that's ridiculous.
You're
That's
right.
ridiculous.
I-
The
I'm-
Steelers had 17 points in the first quarter, and they only scored 3 for the rest of the game. Joe Burrow took out a fucking Glock, shot him in the foot, and still almost won.
what is
and
this,
they should have
Plaxico
won.
Burrs?
Yeah, Joe Burrow was doing his best Plaxico Burress impression on Sunday,
This is just hysterical.
and he still almost won.
All right.
That's a very good point.
That's
I mean,
fair.
Like
That's fair.
TJ Watt is
I didn't
the
think about it
only
like that,
reason why the Steelers won that game.
literally.
The only reason. Mitch didn't do jack shit. The offense, I didn't see them on red zone once.
I hate it so
Did they move
much.
the ball? Ever?
Deontay Johnson. had a
TJ Watt, single game MVP.
Deontay Johnson had a nice catch.
Claypool was playing well.
Claypool had a nice catch too.
Yeah.
When he had the freaking throw his arm 10 feet back from a ball that was nowhere near him.
Oh, you're still upset about this?
I'm extremely upset that people still think Mitch is a viable starting quarterback. He
Aw.
played like shit.
Chase Claypool, leading rusher.
Respect.
That is definitely effed
He
up,
played
dude.
some good football yesterday, and I'm just gonna talk real quick about this. Yeah, hey Bengals, how's that offensive line plan you had working out? I would love to know what happened. I mean, you gave Lyle Collins all he could, you gave Capo some money, you gave all these guys money, and he still got sacked 7 times. It was right.
So poor, dude.
That is hilarious, like actually hilarious. I Bengals fans, I'm sorry, I gotta clown you because you're talking all this hot shit and and Jamar's talking about Denzel Ward and all this stuff. Okay, you got cool. I don't care. You lost. You signed all these linemen, and you still lost week 1. I don't know.
Can
T.
I-
Higgins has a concussion or whatever he's hurt with.
Can I say
I'm
something
okay
to that?
with the Steelers winning this game.
offensive line.
This is what the Steelers are. This is who the Steelers are. They're a gritty football team.
They're not going to win another game.
They're
If without
so
TJ,
crazy.
they're not winning another game.
But before the pod, we were just talking about Alex Highsmith, weren't we? Yeah, obviously
He
he's not.
ain't
Gonna,
TJ.
obviously, he's not going to replace his production, but he's going to play better than someone else that's a random.
I
He's
agree.
got experience from last year too.
I agree.
He's going to make some plays.
The defensive line is still going to be
Still
good,
got Cam Hayward in there,
but he's not getting 2 sacks and a pick.
obviously,
just straight up, he's just
obviously
not
because
gonna
he's
do it.
hurt. Duh. But
All right.
I don't know.
All right.
I like what I
Wait,
saw.
one last thing. I saw this. To speak of the offensive line, I saw a play that they pulled their rookie guard, their worst player on their offensive line, a pass play. They pulled him to block TJ Watt. Who in your right mind would call that play? Your worst offensive guard on the move in pass pro to block the best edge defender in the league, what do you think was going to happen?
I have an easy solution. Just throw a tight end right next to your attack.
Absolutely.
What the hell?
Every freaking
That's
play.
hilarious.
Every play.
Right. If it's TJ Watt, I'm setting a linebacker to chip, just
Every
to
time.
touch him, and a tight end to chip. It's TJ Watt. You have to respect him.
All right.
And if you don't respect him, you're going to get what just happened.
I just have to say one thing and then we'll move on. Joe Burrow threw the ball 53 times and Joe Mixon still had 27 carries. How many
So many
fucking plays
plays.
did they run?
Because
Wow.
the Steelers had like 4 plays on offense, 3 and out every drive.
Well, you're also
God.
talking. You were also talking about the O line
All right.
before we started.
There is
too.
All right, I don't want to get
last
started
thing.
again.
No, I just got to say, like, if you're a Bengals fan, you got to be so disappointed. Like all the talking
You
they
got to
did,
be
this
salty.
like all the thing is, I want to. It's like I don't have anything against the Bengals. I want to like the Bengals. I root for the Bengals' success as a side. Obviously, it's like like they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you want to see them win. They haven't, But the point is, like, did they do too much talking this offseason? Did they show up flat? Yeah, but it's looking like it. They need a huge bounce back next week because that is so disappointing.
Oh, and then this game also just helped my narrative that people say that Burrow's better than Herbert. And I don't know.
All right.
Has Herbert thrown 4 picks in the game?
All right. We don't have to get started on this one too.
I don't know if he did.
All right, we are
Too
going
funny.
to we're gonna do these few pretty fast, and then we're gonna go to the 3:00 games. Quick notes from the Dolphins and Patriots,
Mike McDaniels.
and don't
Raw.
only Dolphins. 'cause
Or
we
Mike
already talked about Mike
McDaniel.
Jones and the Patriots.
I gotta stop adding the S to McDaniels.
Yeah.
Mike McDaniel, raw.
Real quick for me, very encouraging to see Tyreek get the ball 8 times. I think that's gonna be awesome. I don't think the deep threat's gonna be there for him as much, but he's gonna get a lot more underneath stuff, and I think that's almost like a good thing because he has more of a chance to break a long play. So that was cool to see.
I said it in our predictions last week that this was a game that you put on or that you bet on and you take the under and don't watch it. And guess what? That's simply what I did. That's just what I did. I saw that Melvin Ingram had a touchdown. Guess what? You take away those points. How many do they have? And you were just shitting on the Steelers for not moving the ball. They had 13. If you take away that,
I have nothing to say to that.
Oh.
You're right. You
Oh.
are actually right. And
interesting.
I don't think Tua played very well at all. But the fact of the matter is, the offense is so tailored that be good and move the ball no matter if the quarterback's playing well or not. Mike McDaniels is him.
No,
And I added the S to it as well.
This is a habit.
I'm just
it's
not-
such an odd thing.
I
Though.
can't
it's like,
not
what,
do it,
Mike?
so-
It's like,
They're
come on,
saying Josh
throw the S on
McDaniels.
him.
Yeah, I just
But
can't not do it.
He is him. Like, that offense looks awesome. It's just creative. It's fast.
It's the Niners 2.0.
it's
When
the
you're
Niners
watching it, you're
2.0.
like, this is the Niners. It is. It's the Niners with a much more speedy unit, I'd say. It literally is more effective unit at this point.
Mhm.
Because we're comparing O-lines at this point, too. I mean, the Dolphins O-line was playing is about as good as the Niners was yesterday.
Dolphins
I mean,
line played very well.
They played, they played a lot better than I expected.
Mhm.
And I mean, that's my main takeaway. Tua's just got to make more throws.
All right, Dobbs, gonna hand this one off to you first. The Commanders and Jaguars.
So many things to say in a short time. So I'll keep it short. T-Law left so many players out on the field. Carson Wentz, still Carson Wentz. Big plays, big, really questionable moments. Antonio Gibson, really awesome return. Jags D-line making some plays here and there. Trayvon Walker making some plays here and there. Definitely really awesome to see if you're a Jags fan. And just more than anything, though, if you're a Jags fan, man, they sold the game so bad. They should have won the game, and the Commanders should not have won the game. You got to feel like you gave that one away. That's my so keep it short. That's really all it comes down to is they so many missed opportunities.
Yeah, some simple thing to say. Commander fans, just welcome and get ready to that Carson Wentz experience, man. He looked cool for a quarter or so, and then he made some horrible throws.
He's
literally
It's a
insane.
roller coaster. It's a roller coaster.
Carson Wentz insanity experience.
It's an experience for your heart for sure, and it probably hurts a little bit to tug on when he's playing cool, and then he's doing those bozo throws. So, Commanders fans, welcome and have fun.
It's
I'm
wild.
going to say 2 things each about the other offense. Jaguars offense. You guys would be a good offense if you had a supporting cast around Trevor. And Washington, you'd be a good offense if you had a quarterback with the supporting cast you have. Flip-flop them. I don't know. Combine teams. Maybe you guys can start competing, but both teams are awful.
Ooh, I like that.
They just need to combine them.
My
Yeah.
note is that the Commanders. I'm not used to saying Commanders. Still, I can never get it
I
right.
keep
It'll
almost
take the
slipping
full
up.
season.
Yeah. they have a sneaky good receiving core. I think we were all high on Curtis Samuel. Jahan Dotson, he was a dog at Penn State. Reports were good out of camp. Still didn't know how he'd kind of translate because he was a wild card to me personally. And then Terry is obviously good. So I think they have a very underrated receiving core.
That's a
Jahan
great
looked
point,
Really
though.
good.
Really good.
Yeah.
It looks really good on paper.
All right, we're
Curtis,
gonna
stay healthy.
jump to the Browns and Panthers. Tyler, did you see much of this one? This was an interesting game.
It was yeah. I don't know. I didn't. Yeah, I should have watched this one a little more because the storyline. But man, I just couldn't find myself to sit down and watch Jacoby and Baker go at it. It's like, damn,
So cool to me.
dude.
So cool.
I
to me.
mean, yeah, I don't know. Cade York, big leg. That's cool to see.
Yeah.
Hunt had some touchdowns, I believe. Sorry, Dylan.
He did.
Happy for you, Connor.
Thank you.
Yeah. And wait. There was hold on 1 second, please. Jacoby threw the ball 34 times. That's kind of crazy.
And Amari didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that was a very
I'm
disappointing
gonna stay away.
performance.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Yeah.
I will
Almost
say,
forgot about
Oh
that.
wait. It went Peoples Jones, Hunt as the second leading receiver, Schwartz 1 for 19, Bryant, and gets worse after that.
where was Amari?
He was. Oh, this is by yards. He had
He had
3
like
catches
5
for
targets.
17 yards.
Yeah, that's
And
not great.
He had 6 targets.
I will say I thought the Browns were gonna run away with this one once they got up kind of big, and then the Panthers just kind of clawed back. And I'm so sorry for Panthers fans because that was demoralizing.
So demoralizing.
Baker leads them down on a drive. They take the lead, and then
Man, you can only imagine how hyped Baker was to get that, dude. He
yeah,
probably felt so like alive.
yeah,
But he just got I'm
yeah.
sorry,
It's sad.
Baker.
No, it's
I feel bad for you.
Oh
man.
my! But on the flip side, like Nick Chubb and Kareem still them. That's,
Oh yeah,
like,
of course.
like, it's a
Chubbin
thing-
will still be him,
and also just dude, so many misses from both these quarterbacks. I'm not gonna sit here and coddle Baker like he didn't miss so many throws the
Yeah.
first half that would have won him the game. That's like I'm not gonna know. That's the problem with it is Baker missed so many throws in the first half. Yeah, he had a good second half, but that's the thing. You got to complete the whole game. It'll be the same thing with Jameis yesterday. If we lost the game, it'll be like, all right, let's made the second half. Didn't mean anything. And that's kind of that's the concept right here. Is too many misses the first half. Robbie Anderson though and Donovan Peoples-Jones, great first game of the season. Cade York, him. I've been trying to say.
No, he has a leg.
Straight. You guys know LSU gang. I've known he's him. There's no surprises here. Ice has been in his veins.
That's a big hit. Yeah, it's a very big
Nothing
hit.
surprising there.
Quick notes from the Browns game from me. Kareem Hunt is still the best running back in the league.
Ooh.
Browns defense is still very
Very, very
talented,
good.
very good. And Jacoby Brissett sucks. So like, if you're a Browns fan, this is gonna be a tough 11 weeks for you because I don't think I want to watch this team at all. Like, they're not gonna have any explosive plays unless it's on the ground. And like, that's fine and whatever, but like, what are you gonna do when you come against a good team?
Or maybe like the Anthony Schwartz sweep here and there, but
yeah,
other than
like-
that, I get like
just unexciting. Like the Browns really don't have a lot going for them, and neither do the Panthers. So like, kind of battle of the mids.
Yeah, I think
this
for
really
the,
was like
Battle of the mids.
this
Who's
was
gonna be
like
the
this
most
week's
mid?
battle of like mid.
Yeah.
the Browns, it's gonna be more of the same. They're just gonna grit and grind out. Try to grit and grind out wins. I think Brissett's okay, but again, it's just gonna be a lot of grit.
Gotta grind it out.
Miles Garrett though still special.
Yeah,
Icky is gonna be Icky already like against Miles Garrett. He had a good debut, man. Like we know Miles Garrett was gonna get. I predicted 3. He only got 2. We knew he was gonna.
I said he was gonna come in with his head on fire.
Yeah, we knew he was gonna have. There's no way he wasn't gonna.
Yeah.
He was gonna get at least a sack or 2.
Right.
But Icky held his own, and it could have been a lot worse.
Facts.
All right, so for the Colts Texans, I just want to know what this game or who this game says more about, the Texans or the Colts.
I can't say.
So tough.
I mean, the Colts. I thought they were gonna be really good. I said that, and it's very much out there. This really hurts my take of them, but I think this shows a little more of the Texans and who they are. They show fight, and they battled it against a team that, roster wise, a lot better.
Yeah,
So, shout out to the Texans.
Yeah, I'm going Texans 100% after thinking about it, just because Damian Pierce didn't even have a good game. Davis Mills, he can stand in the pocket.
Yeah,
Davis
Mills might be something.
talk about draft value. I mean, Texas Texans fans are cheesing about Davis Mills, I'm sure.
Yeah.
As I would be too.
Yeah.
I think it says more about the Texans.
I think it also says more about the Texans, and they, to me, are just a team that I probably will never pick to win a game, but damn it, they're going to upset me a couple times.
Yeah.
I think that's
The
a great.
cover.
Like,
I took
what a
them to
perfect way to
cover.
put it.
That's just
I loved
what's
it.
going to happen.
Yeah.
That's a clip.
+8. +8 was awesome. All right. Again, not really gonna talk about this game that much. Ravens and Jets, 24-9. I
Oh, the
mean,
Jets.
does anyone want to talk about it?
Jets are gonna Jets.
Just Jets fans. There's always next year.
Always next
Always
year.
next year.
I can't believe it's
Man,
week
oh,
one.
man,
I
this
can't
is
believe
so-
it's
so
week one.
depressing.
and
we
it's-
gotta get the hot Jets together.
And people are saying there's always next
Look,
year.
the Jets
It's week
fans know.
one.
The Jets
It's
fans know
week
that we
one.
bro. Like we want the hot
That's
Jets
sad.
to get. I don't know about Tyler. I can't speak for Tyler.
Nope.
We want the hot
Cowboys.
Jets to get rolling here, though. Like this is depressing, guys. And Lamar though
I don't
doing
really
his
Care
thing.
for them.
Come on, Dylan.
Yeah, okay, Dylan, come on.
Come
What me and
on.
Connor do. All right, well, fuck it.
I
Me
mean,
and
I was
Connor
just
do,
like, yeah.
and it is what it is. Lamar did his thing.
Yeah.
The Ravens are going to do the thing, I think, a lot this year. And that's all I got to say
Tough
about that.
injuries for them, though. Again.
Yeah,
Doing it
no,
last
yeah,
year.
well, yeah, that's
Juwan.
Juwan James and
And
Kyle
Fuller,
Fuller,
yeah.
and they dealt with the most injuries last year. Just unfortunate.
Starting a trend. Maybe.
Someone investigate
Hopefully
that medical
not.
staff.
Hopefully not. But
Someone get it. Someone
They got
go investigate that
The
medical staff.
Chargers' old curse.
Yeah, what's going on with that? Maybe we'll reverse it for him.
Yeah.
We spoke on it. Reverse that curse.
All right, we are gonna jump to the 3:00 games. First one, Vikings and Packers. I'm gonna keep it short. Or I guess we already really talked about it. Yeah, so we'll
Kinda.
move on. Just again, I'm really excited. This sounds weird to say and terrible to say, but the Vikings I think are gonna be very good this year. And Jay Jetta's most definitely him.
yeah, dude. Yeah. I think I picked the Vikings to win the division.
I did too.
Yeah. But yeah, it was awesome to see it come to full circle. But I think they're gonna be good. I think they're gonna give teams fits all year long. They're scrappy, and obviously Justin Jefferson is like just a whole nother world. But yeah, and the Packers lost, so it's a good Sunday.
No, I mean, if Kirk can keep making plays, I mean,
Yeah.
the Viking ceiling is like incredibly high.
Yeah.
And like I said, Packers are going to bounce back. Don't freak out, Packers fans. But the Vikings do look like the better team at the moment, and there's definitely no two ways about that. So
I said Justin Jefferson's going to go for 2K before the season, and that's going to happen.
there's like no doubt if he
It's on
just does, if he
pace.
just stays out there
It's
for all
very
17
much-
games,
It's very
there's
much
like
on pace.
how can we?
He's
how
gonna
could
do
we?
it.
He's go from 3K. Fuck, dude. No, I'm just kidding.
Tyler's over here looking at my calculations. Justin Jefferson went for 67% of the receiving yards yesterday.
Yeah.
But that trend, I think, is going to just keep like it's just.
That's a crazy number.
Kirk knows.
Cup.
Kirk
It's
knows.
like
He's
the
just
cup.
got to look and find him.
The
He
cup.
just-
It is, yeah.
The cup
Pe-
system.
People were saying that, and it definitely is true.
working
Very
out.
true.
Yeah, it's working out well for them.
All
yeah,
right.
we knew it was gonna. This
Yeah.
is no surprise, honestly.
The next game, Chargers and Raiders. Go ahead, Tyler.
Why'd you give it to me first?
We all know.
Yeah, you know.
We know.
Yeah.
We know.
Herbert is still that guy, and I still believe he's top 3. We could talk about it any day if you want. I'd love to. But yeah, he looked great yesterday, and it's more about Mac and Bosa because if they stay healthy, I would just like to just pray for all other tackles that they have to go against because they were a force to be reckoned with, and it was unreal. It was cool to see Khalil doing his thing. He looked like, like really healthy, and it looked really cool. And what he said before, he's like, "Are you going to see how hungry I am?" Yeah, we saw how hungry you were, buddy. So good stuff from them. Chargers are contenders.
Him and Joey Bosa on the same line is Madden.
Should be
shit,
illegal.
like straight up.
Should be illegal.
It's
Just
you
stay
could
healthy.
ask for a better combination of
Just
a
stay
bag
healthy.
from out your outside linebackers.
Just stay healthy.
Chargers look like they're legit. They're backing up all their offseason hype. I don't really know what to make with the Raiders yet because it was a tough task going against the Chargers week 1. So I think there's hope for both teams.
Here's a story. Not really a storyline, but something I just want to put out there. Keep watching for that tunnel vision Carr has.
It's
for
crazy.
Adams.
It's crazy.
It's like what we saw with
that
Stafford and
is
Cup.
that is.
But let's see.
It's
But-
crazy.
But this
It's
is
worse.
it's worse because they have like other weapons that you can go to open up the field.
Very
more.
true.
So, like obviously, Waller and Renfro is better than what the Rams have in Higbee, and we still don't know what A-Rob will be for them. But it's like on paper they're better right now. And if that tunnel vision comes back, and it's just stayed locked on them, things could end up pretty bad.
Yeah, fast.
Talk about a drop off. 17 targets for Devontae Adams, 6 for Darren Waller, 6 for Hunter Renfrow. Then the next person was Brandon Bolden with 2. So they're using their 3 weapons, and then especially Devontae Adams. And
Yeah,
you, can't, you don't really win football games like that. It's just what it is.
Yeah, like I'm not saying it's a bad thing to have tunnel vision on Adams because he's
it is a bad
What can I
thing.
point out?
It
What
is
is
a
it we
bad
said
thing.
about Justin Herbert yesterday?
fed
What
the
was it
whole
that we
team.
loved?
I was the one that texted that in.
Yeah, exactly. It's like what is it we loved? Did he hit? I don't know the number, but like 9 different receivers.
He-
Like
1, 2, 3, 4,
Fed the
5,
dogs.
6, 7.
You
8,
have
9.
to.
9 different. And there's like 7 of the 9 had 4 targets.
you got to. You have to keep the defense honest.
That's what a good quarterback
You have
does.
to.
And, I don't really like to agree with Tyler because he's all hype with him. Tyler was the same way with me and Mahomes. We get it. But that's what good quarterbacks do. And Justin Herbert did that. And we all knew he had the arm talent. It was just about methodically working through the system. And he did it. So that was very impressive. All right. Next game. We don't even really have to talk about it. Actually, you know what? I will. Chiefs and
Come
Cardinals.
on now, you thought you were gonna skip out?
Yeah, what?
We thought we were going to give
44
Cardinals
to
a break.
21. Hey, the Cardinals aren't going to be good. I think they're actually going to be pretty bad. We all said that too. So I don't know if it's really saying that much about the Chiefs because it's what we expected. Like, if we think they're the same team, they should do that, right? But yeah, they have to prove to me that they're not that team, and I'm still going to gas them up at every second.
Yeah, Chiefs looked great. Mahomes looks like Mahomes. Maybe I don't want to like say this is like something that I fully believe, but maybe it is better that Tyreek's gone.
Me and Hunter were talking about it yesterday. I'll give
Maybe it is. It gives everyone.
Can I say
Yeah,
something to
it
that?
opens
'Cause
everything up.
That's the thing that I was looking for is looking at all these new rookies that the Chiefs got because essentially traded Tyreek for all these new guys and Trent McDuffie played extremely well. George Karlaftis led all rookies with pressures. I think Sky Moore can carve out a bigger role in that offense too. So
I think he will.
it looks like the returns for Tyreek are doing pretty well.
Yeah, and then Dobbs, I'll let you go. I just want to say this too. Me and Hunter were talking about it yesterday. It is going to be probably the best thing for Mahomes in his career that Tyreek left because
Makes him see.
he doesn't have that bailout option. Just chuck it up deep and stuff. And while he's a great weapon and it's a very nice luxury to have, it forces Mahomes to be a very methodical quarterback. I keep saying methodical, and I think that's the biggest thing for a quarterback. You have to play through the system, spread the ball out. Obviously, Kelsey's going to get his, but I think it's ultimately the best thing.
No, I mean, what I was going to say to you guys' point is, and it goes right along with the thing we were saying about having a bunch of different targets. What is Mahomes best at, in my opinion? And it is why it's always made him so special. He doesn't, rarely is Mahomes locking onto one guy. Like Mahomes, if it's not there, Mahomes is going to make the full 5 reads and he's going to be able to do it in a crazy way. He's going to miss someone. He's looking at everybody. He finds the open man. That's the point is they got 5 viable guys now. Like they always had 3, 4 viable. Now they have 5, literal 5, 6 viable weapons on the field. One of them is going to be open. They're going to do their thing. Andy Reid's calling the this. We didn't forget. Andy Reid is still dialing up plays. Like nothing. Like there was no way this was going to go wrong, and yet there was a lot of people this offseason that somehow we knew we all were on the train. There was no way this was going to go wrong. We are not surprised.
I have to say, and
Mahomes is him. This shouldn't even be surprising.
Yeah, no, Mahomes is him. The play design to do the little tight end pitch, but it was with CEH. With Clyde was incredible. They like motioned
and then
him
they
or
faked,
something.
they faked it first, and then it's like
then
the
he threw
fake
it back. I was amazed because everyone knows that Kelsey plays coming at the goal line, and then they added a wrinkle to it, changed it up a little bit. That was very cool. I was like, kind of like, holy shit.
It's part of the reason they're so good.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's so hard to get a beat on the Chiefs. When have you ever watched the game recently in the past 2-3 years where you're like, I 100% knew it doesn't happen, especially in the red zone. It doesn't happen a lot. That's why they're so good. They don't just sit on the same thing.
I just want to say something about the Cardinals, and then we can move on. I do believe the Cardinals will just be trash. Just straight up.
Just trash.
Just straight up trash. I don't
That's a
believe
clip.
I don't really believe in them that much. I'm not that big into Kyler. Let's look at their next couple games. Raiders, I'm going to say that's an L. Rams, I'm going to say that's an L. That's week 3. So
That is
maybe
tough.
they could be 0-3. They play the Panthers, so I'll give them 1-3.
I wouldn't even say that's like
that's not a gimme either. And then they play the Eagles, and then they play the Seahawks. And
What you're saying is that JJ Watt clip last year is coming back to bite them like really
Yeah.
bad.
What did he say?
You remember that one?
No.
Wait.
Or maybe we're just better. And then does that
Wait.
one ring a bell?
Wait.
Does that one ring a bell to you guys?
I don't know. I don't know if I've seen that.
You know.
I probably have.
Oh,
if I've
trust me, you've seen it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
dude, he's on
probably
the
seen it.
sideline just screaming when they're on like their 7-game win streak, and he's like, "Everyone just thinks, dude. Well, maybe we're just better."
No.
Yeah,
my
well, that's why.
gosh.
That's
Well-
why I say it's usually just good to keep your mouth shut until the job's done.
Done right. So
And that's another example.
So after the Seahawks, it's Saints, Vikings, Seahawks, Rams, Niners, Chargers, Patriots. Yeah. I'm just gonna say right now, yeah, Cardinals, you're dead. I'm done.
Yeah. No.
They have a very. I'm not going to call them
Cliff
dead.
getting
I'm
fired,
not
I
going
think.
to. That's what I was going to say. If anything, though, are we looking at the end of the cliff reign?
I think we are.
Probably.
Because win or loss, even if they go to the playoffs as like I'd say 9-10 win team is like what I think their ceiling will be looking like this year, and they lose the
That's
first
been their
game
ceiling
again.
the last
Does he keep his
4
job?
years.
Because they're paying Kyler all this money now. They know they cannot settle for anything less than MVP contention.
yeah.
Or else the fan base is always going to look back at these 5-4 years and say, "What a joke."
Do you know what this feels like to me? The Bears and Nagy.
Yeah,
Mm.
but isn't it almost like he's Nagy with hair?
I wonder who said that.
Oh yeah, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it almost
Because-
like Cliff might just be Nagy with just like good looking hair and hair.
Yeah.
He just has hair. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We'll
go figure, guys. We're gonna go find that clip.
very, very briefly go over this one because there's really not much to it. The Bucks beat the Cowboys in Sunday Night Football 19-3. I don't know. It just really was a very unimpressive game from both teams. Dak got hurt, which is awful for the Cowboys, and he really did not look that good when he was playing too. So
The offense also, I think the play calling is everything. Like there was just everything was wrong with the Cowboys.
Well,
like
they also didn't have any receivers.
no rhythm. But what the run game
Well,
doesn't
yeah.
make any sense to me. They'll
Well, yeah.
establish 2 good runs. Like what's going on with
I
that?
mean,
Like the whole feed Zeke thing. Kellen Moore is so bought out of feed Zeke. Meanwhile, Jerry Jones is so bought. Like the disconnect is wild on that number one. There's just so many. Honestly, there's so many
There's
things
so
wrong with
many
the
things
Cowboys
wrong.
yesterday.
There's
Like
so many things
many
wrong.
I mean, they had
Cowboys.
Dennis Houston, undrafted free agent. I've never heard of him in my entire life.
Nope.
No,
Western-
I'm sorry,
shout
I want
out
to finish. I
Western
want to not to
Illinois.
interrupt, but
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
what they
I just
said
have
on
to
the
say this.
broadcast, but-
It's almost like Kellen Moore saying like "fuck you" to Jerry Jones. I mean, literally, because we heard Jerry all off season. Feed Zeke. He made it so clear. Feed him. Like I'm paying him. Feed him.
Yeah.
And he never feeds him. He literally is like, no, fuck Zeke. Like Zeke will have 2-3 great plays in a row, and it's just like, all right, Zeke, appreciate that, buddy. Now come pass block for 5 snaps in a row. Oh, we go 3 and out. Like, am I wrong? It's absolutely
Yeah.
insane. I'm just struggling to understand, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just like
Yeah.
the Cowboys. I'm really confused
Yeah, their season's probably over.
with the scheme. I just like
Jimmy G.
Yeah, dude, just do it. Just trade for Jimmy, just because I don't want to
Eat the
watch
cap.
Cooper Rush for a whole
You
season.
guys want Jimmy
Nobody
G
wants
to go there
watch it.
so bad.
It makes sense.
No. You just want Jimmy G off that roster
no.
so
Cowboys fans
bad.
are
It
just
makes sense.
disgruntled.
It does make sense. But you guys want him off so bad.
I do.
And
I'll
I
come
don't
out
know if
and
he will
admit
be.
it.
I don't even think it's not that I want him. It's just
I just saw a tweet. Cam Newton has been linked to the Cowboys.
no.
Wow, yeah.
Get
Cam
out.
Newton is
Get out of here,
Nah.
bro. No.
Stop.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
damn moment of silence for the Cowboys nation.
I'm never gonna watch another Cowboys game again.
Well,
and they're gonna be on prime
Wow.
time.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe it's just a smokescreen, guys.
nope.
They'll figure something out. No, it's not.
If the
All right.
Cowboys were barely watchable with Dak, how watchable are they gonna be without Dak?
We acknowledge CD
that's
too.
right.
I'm sorry. We're not going to let him get away with this.
Yeah.
No, we
If
are not.
Cam Newton is
we're
CD's
not. We're
quarterback-
not letting CD get away with that
Yeah,
bullshit.
you're right,
We are
you're
not
right.
letting CD get away with that bullshit yesterday.
Yeah.
The route
I mean-
running was not what we expected at all. The catching was far from what we expected. But like, I'm sorry,
Very
Cowboys
nervous.
Nation. I thought CD Lamb was. And I don't like to talk down on players because the thing is, I love CD. I think his ceiling is high. But what was that?
I mean,
Everything about it, like.
it's a tough defense, and like he had every single person on that.
them, yeah.
All eyes were
Yeah,
on CD
agreed.
last night.
True.
That's really
But he
tough
did
to do.
blow so
Oh,
many
yeah.
opportunities where you're
I-
watching and you're like,
I
CD,
agree.
my man.
Yeah.
Because this was his first real opportunity, I feel like, to
Yeah.
be number one.
Well, yeah,
And then
I
you have
mean-
Jerry Jones after the game, I don't know if y'all saw this, saying he's got work to do to be the number one. He said that. He said literally straight up, CD, you can look this up. She said CD's got work to do to be number one. He
That's
showed me
bad.
like he's got work to do. That's the last thing
Well,
that you want to hear. After all off season, you've been touted as he's the future number one.
it
And you
could-
just traded away your number one. Oh, and he
Well-
played terrible. Not like it matters. Speaking of
Yeah.
my, like, where's the number one? I don't know. I'm just, I have so many things about Cowboy Land. I'm just confused
Well,
about.
CD,
Micah Parsons is him at least.
Yeah, well, CD his season's probably done too. Just comes hand in hand with Dak. So yeah, I got him in fantasy. It's just depressing.
Do you want Derek Carr, by the way?
I'm
We're making fantasy football transactions on the pod.
riding with Fields.
Dude, I'm like, I never thought I would say this. I'm getting
Respect.
hurt for Cowboys fans. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm
so
not. They
like,
deserve this.
this is atrocious. I mean,
yeah, just a couple notes on the Bucks. I want to see more from them. Not very good showing, and also Lenny is him.
we knew the O line was gonna. We knew the O line is gonna take time to find their footing, though. I feel like
Yeah,
like time is gonna bail them out for a while.
I know. It's just
I watched the whole Sunday night game. Lenny had 127 rush yards.
MNF
he was
Lenny.
going crazy.
Is that what I'm
Or,
saying?
I said MNF. I said Lenny.
I knew he was going crazy,
Yeah.
but wow.
And mind you, the last two possessions it was Rashad White, I
Yeah.
think. So
Wow.
yeah.
That's some good stuff.
I said-
Everyone
So-
called you
SNF
fat
Lenny.
in the offseason, and now you're back.
All right. Well, that is our show today, and I had fun. First full Sunday of football.
Great.
Success.
So much fun.
Feels good to be back. Recapping.
It's about to feel good to watch the Seahawks Broncos too.
NFL is back.
And pan outro.